Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Time for me to comment on your comments. And I believe we start with Funda, who has been watching Rickety. And she says, lol. So, thank you for watching all the way from Turkey. And VG, thank you for hearting my comments. That's fine. And Patricia, hi there, Patricia. Ooh, the colour scheme is now moving out of blue in towards green and yellow. Well, a mixture of blue and yellow gives us that green colour. And I'm knee-deep in finishing the assignments of my CELTA course. You're going to get a great result. You watch, Nora. There is no way you can fail it. Yeah? And they are knee-deep in evacuating people from the wrecked area. Good English. So, VG, dangerous, hazardous, parlous, perilous and risky. So, I think something that's dangerous or something that's hazardous, I think these are probably both the same. Although something that's a hazard maybe is an accident waiting to happen. Yeah? The situation is very dangerous at the moment. I guess you could say hazardous as well. I think parlous has the same meaning, but is a much more formal word, much more literary. Perilous. Perilous is probably a little bit more formal than dangerous or hazardous. It's a perilous situation. It's a perilous journey. Yeah, I'm effectively, in meaning, they're all the same. And something that's risky is something that has risks associated with it. Yeah, so it has dangers, but maybe I think risky is less dangerous than hazardous or dangerous or parlous or perilous. So let's continue. And Count, great to see you. Turncoats betray everybody for the sake of their own benefit. That's great English. Well done, Count. Good to see you. And Patricia, ooh, we got another joke here. Here's another one. As I got out of the lift on the 12th floor, the lift operator said to me, "Have a nice day, son." "Don't call me son," I replied sarcastically. "You're not my dad." As the doors were closing, the lift operator smiled and said, "But I brought you up, didn't I?" Okay, that's a very good pun. To bring up children, or he brought him up in the lift. That's very good. Yeah, he also brought up the subject. And Ronan, you've been watching more live streams. That's brilliant. I love it. And AK, my pleasure. Thank you. And okay, I've got this in the wrong place, so I can't see what people have been watching. Collocations with take, very definitely. Yeah. So yeah, there are quite a lot of collocations with take. I quite like this one. Pernicious, perilous, precarious. Something that's pernicious, it's harmful. Yeah, it could harm you, particularly without you noticing the danger. Okay, and that's Mohammed Albunaga. Hi, Mohammed A again. So, when a business starts to pick up steam, it's culminated, or it culminates in a success. Yeah, when a business starts to pick up steam, it culminates in success. Here, Jong Choi. I'm still confused with twirl and whirl. Huh. I think twirl is something that goes round and round and round. Whereas if you put it on a string and you whirl it round your head. Okay, so he was whirling a string attached to something, but he was twirling the stick. The stick was going round and round. I hope that helps you, but these words are very, very close, whirl and twirl. Cheerleaders maybe have a baton and they twirl the baton, yeah? Whereas I think whirl is more at a distance, yeah? I think twirl is revolving on the center of gravity, while whirl, you're whirling something around your head. That's still terribly close, Jihong, and I can understand why. So, hi there, Reem. Betrayal reveals the thoughts of many hearts. Thank you very much. Very good indeed. And Seema, hi Seema. Gets my goat. Absolutely, Seema. That's the right word. And Seema says epiphany. Absolutely again. So an oracle. An oracle would be the person giving or predicting the truth. For a moment of truth is therefore more appropriate, as it refers to the moment of insight, awareness, the aha moment, the eureka moment, as they say. So thank you, Seema, that's great. And the last great poet, love the Hanging Man tarot card. Describes my life acquiring knowledge like Odin. Yes, because these tarot cards have got a lot to do with the Viking gods, I believe, as well. Yeah, I'm glad. So thank you, last poet. One of the things, so Mohammed Al-Bonaga, one of the things you should learn is how to take the bad before the good in your life, enduring the vicissitudes of life. Good use of vicissitudes. Very often I think we say need to take the bad with the good. Not necessarily before, but take the bad with the good. But yeah, you're probably right. If you take the bad first, then if you take the good second, then you end up feeling more positive. So, Nicole Destiny Alcala. Hi. So, hi, Nicole, Destiny Nicole. Yes. Wally is the right word. Yeah. And Funda, hi there again, Funda. I will never betray my friends. Thank you. Good English. And Mr. Music, thank you very much, my dear teacher. That's my pleasure. And Evan Nilsson P. To spoof is to make a humorous imitation of something. It could also be to hoax or trick someone. Spoof is a humorous imitation of something. Very good, you've understood that quite correctly. Cheers a lot, sir. Okay, my pleasure. Yet a 1 hour video, yes, and here is more of it, very definitely. So, Manji, I wonder if my comment on betray is lost. If it's the comment about et tu brute, no it isn't, because I definitely answered the one about et tu brute, and it was a lovely piece of writing, as is everything you write, Manji. Yeah? From time to time you make little mistakes, but your English is really, really good. Okay, Paul Weston. The government's confusing COVID rules and restrictions addled my brain. That's very good English, Paul. And ensue. The war in Ukraine will see great economic implications. Oil prices will skyrocket and increases at the petrol pump will ensue. Very good use. I like it. And so, hi VG and hi AK. Great to see you both. Yeah, I'm glad you're both well. And okay, again, so AK and VG, great to see the pair of you. I love it. Have a wonderful weekend, everybody. A wonderful week, you too. Yeah, because it's only Tuesday. My God. And let's see. Many people stupidly consider people who live in shanty towns to be Philistines. That's a very good comment. It's good English. Can I also say many people stupidly consider people who live in shanty towns Philistines? Yes. Many people stupidly consider people who live in shanty towns as Philistines. Very definitely. And AK says, in my opinion, in the first two sentences, they consider him to be good, or they consider him good, are correct. But the last one, consider as, is incorrect. Regard as. No, AK, I consider him as an idiot. But notice a Philistine is somebody who has no artistic taste. Yeah? Yeah, he's considered as one of the most important scientists of the decade. He's regarded as, you definitely can, AK. And VG says, thank you for your opinion. For some reason, I've used the last ones quite a lot of times recently, but something didn't feel right. I guess it's the problem. So, these all seem fine to me, VG. Okay, Marta says that only Philistine people. You don't need this word people. A Philistine is a person already. Yeah, this is tautology. Marta says that only Philistines can't appreciate her pieces of art, her artworks, her works of art. Very definitely, VG. When it comes to art, so, Rizgar, great to have you, Rizgar. When it comes to art, I'm a Philistine. But when it comes to gastronomy, I'm not a Philistine. Yeah, gastronomy is one of my favourite things. And Mr. Music, Philistine, uncultivated, uneducated, unlettered, I like that word, unlettered, untutored, a Philistine. AK, when children were made to sit in the auditorium to watch one of the most appreciated films of the decade, most of them being Philistines, they ignored the film and talked to each other the whole time. I think you need a they. When children were made to sit in the auditorium to watch one of the most appreciated films of the decade, most of them being Philistines, no, that works without the they. Most of them, being Philistines, ignored the film. Absolutely, that's perfectly correct. And talked to each other all the time. Good, well done, AK. No corrections. And Raja. Hi, Raja. Thank you, Alex. From what I understand, the word Philistine should be used when someone is unable to appreciate art. Can we use this word in context other than art? You most certainly can. For example, everyone just wants to go out and party instead of finding happiness in the little chores and things that you can do with your family. For example, cooking or painting or talking with parents or gardening. Yes, you could apply the word Philistine in many, many, many contexts. So, I don't know, for example, when it comes to football, I'm a total Philistine. I don't appreciate it. I don't see anything brilliant about it. Yeah? Only a Philistine would put ginger ale in a 20-year-old Scotch whiskey. Yeah. Let's see. When it comes to clothes, look at me. Look how badly dressed I always am. I'm certainly a Philistine. Very definitely, Raja. And let's see. AK. The director says that those who do not find his films interesting are Philistines. In that case, half the population would be Philistine because no one likes them. That's good English. Can I use if that were the case instead of in that case? If that were the case, I wouldn't use thing. Yeah? So, in that case, if that were the case, but I wouldn't use thing if that were the situation. Can I say she always treats everyone with respect, but that's not the case when it comes to the way she is treated? Most definitely. Okay, so not with thing, but everything else is fine, AK. Even though his paintings are horrible, you don't need a but because you've already started with even though his paintings are horrible, comma, I am comfortable being referred to as a Philistine if that gives him happiness. Yeah, gives him happiness. If that makes him happy would be more natural. Okay? I wouldn't expect a Philistine like you to have knowledge about modern painting. Good English, Rizgar. And Sheed. At the moment, he has COVID-19, which addles his way of thinking. It merely gives him headaches. Running nose. You could say running nose, although I think I might say a runny nose, R-U-N-N-Y, and a stiff body. That's more than enough. And VG, the Philistines and the Israelites often came into conflict with each other. Okay, Manji. Hi there, Manji. Great to have you. I couldn't enjoy the film because I was in the company of my sister-in-law, who's a complete Philistine. I love it. When it comes to intellectual films, not to mention art or literature. Lovely English, Manji. The perfidious prince betrayed his father, the king, the king. He's betrayed the king, his father. He made him assassinated. No. So, no. He assassinated him. He assassinated him and took over the kingdom. Yeah, not made assassinate. He assassinated him. Martin Luther King was assassinated. Yeah. Okay. So an assassin assassinates somebody. Wow, there's a lot of words here. So VG. What's the difference between the adjectives continuous, continual? Okay. So if something is continuous, it doesn't stop. It just goes on and on and on. Whereas if something's continual, it happens for a short time, and then it stops, and then it happens again, and then it happens again. So there are breaks. It's not continuous, but it's always happening. Continuing. If something's continuing, it means it hasn't finished yet. Continued. I think continued and continuing are there are continuing problems. I think continued probably has a little bit of criticism to it. Ongoing says it's still in progress. The film is still ongoing. Uninterrupted. At no point has it been stopped. Yeah, so he talked uninterrupted. Nobody interrupted him. There were no breaks in it for a period of time. Constant. Okay, something that's constant, it's continuous, yeah, but it doesn't vary in level. So his constant talking, his continuous talking. But I think you could also probably use constant with continual. His constant complaints. So he's not complaining continuously, but he is complaining continually. Frequent. Frequent happens often. Yeah, is neither good nor bad. Incessant says it never stops, but something that's incessant, this is critical. This is saying I don't like it. Yeah, it's a real pain. Unbroken. Okay, it's like uninterrupted. Yeah, his unbroken speech. There are no breaks in it, no interruptions. Ceaseless. Okay. Yeah, this is somebody who is doing something again and again and again. So he's ceaseless complaining. I think this has the idea of continual. Start, stop, start, stop, start, stop. Yeah, I think ceaseless is less is not so like continuous. It's like continual. Unceasing. Again, unceasing and ceaseless the same. Non-stop. It doesn't stop anywhere. So a non-stop flight from London to Rio de Janeiro. Okay. So it doesn't stop at any point. He talked non-stop. This is continuous, uninterrupted. What was the other one? Unbroken. Recurrent. So something that's recurrent happens again and again. It comes back. This is a recurrent problem. It happens one time and then another. So it's like a continual problem. It recurs. It comes back again. And then it comes back again. And recurring with the same meaning as recurrent. Unremitting. If something's unremitting, it doesn't stop. It's ceaseless. The wind blew unremittingly. Yeah, it never stopped at any point. Unremitting pressure. Yeah, this has the idea of continuous, non-stop. Unstoppable. Something that's unstoppable is something that's impossible to stop. Yeah. He was unstoppable. It's just not possible to stop. Perpetual means always, never changes. Continuous and unbroken and forever. Relentless. Okay, relentless I think talks more about let's try this. So, relentless. This has the idea of unremitting. If something is relentless, it goes on, and it doesn't relent. It doesn't slow down. So it's continuous. It's unbroken. And unending, we're looking towards the end, but we can't see an end. If something's unending, yeah, we really want the end to come, but it's just not coming. Okay, and Count Beauty. I'm a Philistine about cuisine. Well, then I will definitely have to meet you someday, and you'll have to let me cook you something. The main point to me is the taste of the food, not its exquisiteness. We eat to live, not live to eat. Yeah, I agree with you, but if you can tell what it uh, if the taste is good, that's the definition of exquisite. Yeah, because if the taste, to me, either it tastes good or really 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 good. That's what my dad says when I gorge myself on a lot of snacks. Yeah, I would rather gorge on things that I really love. Okay, and VG. Why would you lose your temper with them? They're just Philistines who happen to be ignorant and think they're smarter than everyone else. Good English. The problem is that sometimes I happen to have Philistines, you don't need the people again, crossing my path and wasting my precious time. And 40 Love, hi 40, great to have you. Philistine's a person who has no appreciation for fine arts or culture, only enjoys popular or mainstream entertainment. He's such a Philistine, he's never going to enjoy a film like that. Our Philistine government has cut funding to the arts again. I love this one. Yes, so this one shows very clearly you can use Philistine for many other things as well. Wash up, wash out. The driftwood was washed up on the beach and we used it to make a fire. Good. After having dinner, I washed up and went to bed. We washed up the dishes. Very good. She used to be a strong athlete, but now she's quite washed up. Yeah, exhausted, can't do it anymore. All that sunlight washed out her hair, she said. Yeah, it bleaches it in this case. One of his tasks is to wash out the tank over the weekends. Very good. The newsreader said that today's match has been washed out by rain. Another good example. And Sean Tack, hi. Incredible. I googled the meaning of Philistine yesterday, the 14th, and thought that this suggested video was based on that, but it's not. This was uploaded today, the 15th. Google isn't just tapping into my brain's thoughts, it's getting creators to make content to feed it. I'm glad that I made the right video for you then, Sean. I hope you enjoyed it. That's funny. It's a very funny coincidence. The game was washed out. Good, VG. I hope our products won't wash up this time. Good, they won't be a disaster. And AK, is this sentence correct? If you're into politics, you are biased, no matter how hard, how much you try to sound disinterested. Yes, because if you're into politics, you have a particular political opinion. Yeah, and I think in this world, the problem is it's not black and white. Nothing is good and nothing is bad. Everything has good elements and bad elements. Yeah, and you need to just choose the good ones. And AA, great to have you, AA. Lovely to see you commenting. Hello, dear teacher. Can the expression to channel your energy into something useful be used in academic writing? Very definitely. You need to channel your energy into something useful. My non-native teacher claims that this phrase sounds natural. Sounds neither sounds natural nor formal. Therefore, it cannot be used. Thank you very much for answering your question. To channel your energy into something useful, to channel your energy into something positive. Yeah? I like this phrase, to channel your energy into something. I like that phrase quite a lot, and I certainly wouldn't mark it down. Yeah? I think this is a good phrase, AA. I'm sorry to disagree with your teacher. So, I think you definitely can use it. And VG, the open air event was a washout due to the heavy rain. Good out. Washout is corroding is washing away the mountainside, because to corrode is talking about a chemical reaction. The metal is corroding. And Bahuli Ganu. Philistine is the name of the country, isn't it? Not quite. The name of the country is Palestine. Yeah? And it's not actually a country. Yeah? Although it would very much like to be. Yeah? It's Palestine. It certainly used to be a country. Yeah? And that's where the name comes from. So, sort of. I would be very happy for somebody who knows a lot more about the origin of that to give me more information. Sheed. Hi, Sheed. There are topics I feel that I am a Philistine about. There are topics I feel that I am a Philistine about. It depends with whom I discuss. Yeah, okay, with whom I'm discussing it. Sometimes I'm so impressed by people with a huge knowledge and a tremendous art de vivre. I would say joie de vivre. Yeah? The joy of life. And VG. The road was sealed off as a result of the washout caused by the downpour that happened last Saturday evening. Yes, to wash out a road. Lies have no legs. That's a lovely idiom. I love that, Mr. Music. Lies have no legs is an Egyptian idiom. Thank you very much indeed, Mr. Music. And 40 love. Complete nonsense, rubbish, piffle, hokum. Good. Everything he's telling me is pure hokum. It's an invented story. A play or a film or a book which has very sentimental material, or is hackneyed, like this word, or very contrived. Formality 3.5. Don't use it in semi-formal writing. Good. And VG. My cousin spent 2 hours tarting herself up for the wedding. Very good indeed. Making herself look elegant. Before renting out the house, we tarted it up for the ones interested in it. I would probably say for the people interested in it. I tarted up the cover of my school research project, my school research book. You need another word here. In order to impress the teacher. So let's refresh. I bet there half a dozen more, 6 more comments, especially as I got VG at 2, 4 and 5 minutes. There's going to be probably a dozen comments. Yeah, so let's see. And absolutely, how did I know? Okay, so yes, the cover of my school research book. Okay, I was afraid the little cat would be run over, so I called his owner at the gate. I think I would say I called his owner to the gate. Yeah, but that's fine. Would you mind running over my sample sentences? Absolutely, to run over, very good. The teacher ran over my research and wrote well done on its cover. That's because I tarted it up. Very good indeed. In a few minutes, the teacher will run over everything she's written on the board. Good, she'll run over it again. And could you tell me the difference between review, go through, go over? So to review is to repeat something, to look at it again, to review, to view again. So at the end of the lesson, we review, we look at in a short form everything we've seen before. To go through, so yeah, as the term went on, we went through the book. Yeah, I've been going through the comments. Yeah, I've been reviewing the comments as well. I've been looking at them and giving opinions about them, and that could also be review. To go over. Yes, let's go over this topic. Let's deal with this topic. To read over. I think to read over means to read this over means again, I need to read this over. It could have the idea of just go through it as well. I need to read this article over. Yeah, I think the over is just adding emphasis, but it might also mean again. To read through. Yeah, I read through everything he wrote, or I read through this section. To run over. You see, I think all of these are very similar. Let me run over that again, review it. I would like to run over the modal verbs at the moment. To go through, to run through as well. We ran through it. And I think walk through. Well, I guess the run is to go through it quicker than to walk through. Let me walk you through this. Let me guide you through it. The teacher will review it now, so pay attention. The teacher will go through it now, so pay attention. The teacher will go over it now, so pay attention. The teacher will read it over. You see, we'll run over it now. We'll run through it now. We'll walk through it now. Let's see. At the end of the day, VG, I think these are all synonyms. Yeah, I think maybe the phrasal verbs walk through, run over, run through, read over, go through are more informal than review. I think review's probably got a 5.5 informality, whereas all of these others I'd give a 4.5 informality. Julie Jagnoon. Hi, Julie. Sir. Hi, sir. I have a question. Is there any slang term that is an alternative for condescend? Well, the first one I'd say is look down your nose at. He's always looking down his nose at us. He's always looking down at us. Yeah? To condescend. I would say to look down your nose at. Each time I learn an English word, I find out that natives use a slang phrasal verb instead of this word. Thank you so much for your great efforts. Yeah? Maybe to talk down to. He's always talking down to me. Yeah? He's always treating me like an idiot. He's condescending to me. Okay, and mannequin, same mistake as VG. This word person, a Philistine person, you don't need person. I'm not a Philistine. The people that are into art are not Philistines. Kids can be very Philistine. Good. Some people are Philistines. I would make it plural. Philistines. Because they do not know the great history of it. Okay. And my business partner betrayed me. Definitely good English. Static Blaster. Hi Static, great to see you. People who go about their busy lives oblivious to the awesome truth that our Earth is one out of approximately 1 septillion planets in the universe are Philistines. And I pity these people because it's empowering. We can figure out how the universe operates with just 2 pounds of grey matter that we have here. I like the use of grey matter. It's a good one. Well done, Static. Yes, because effectively, this is an incredibly sophisticated computer. I wonder what happens, though, the day that they actually can make a computer that can do everything the human brain can. Because I'm sure they will be able to one day. So, Manny. Hi, Manny. When it comes down to hygiene, men can be so Philistine. Good. Sometimes I think I got married to a caveman. Unfortunately, I'm very definitely a caveman. Look, I even live in a cave. Can't you see it, Manny? That's very good English, Manny. I love it. And let's just see if there are any more. And if not, if you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you soon. And that's it. So, bye for now.